Hello and welcome to Soul Horoscope's Astro Weather Edition. My name is Christopher Witecki, and I'm your stand-up astrologer. Well, the date is Tuesday, January 20th, 2009. The sun's progressed to 0 degrees Aquarius, and the moon today is in Sagittarius, putting a happy spin on Inauguration Day. And in honor of today's day of history, I've forgone the normal astro weather, and instead I'll be looking at President Obama's birth chart. So let's take a look at President Obama's planets. Well, if you were around, or if astro weather was around on August 4th, 1961, this is what the planets look like. This is the birth chart of our new president. Many exciting features. I'll try to be brief. On the one hand, President Obama is a Leo. This is the first time we've had a Leo in the White House since President Clinton, by the way. Leos are natural-born leaders, as you probably know. And with his sun in the 6th house, his ability is to really be a star in the moment. He would have made a great athlete, a great musician. He probably is great at both of those things. But command of the moment is necessary to be command of the country, right? Now, Mr. Obama, or President Obama, I should say, got to get used to that, has a moon in Gemini, which allows him to emote and be able to communicate how he feels about certain things. It also shows that his home and family is the center of his emotional stability. Thank goddess for Michelle Obama and his daughters, right? And also, he has an Aquarius rising. Now, this is exciting because Aquarius and Leo are opposite signs. And see that little sparkly there in Aquarius? That's a solar eclipse in Aquarius. Now, what that tells us is that President Obama has a master's degree spiritually in Aquarius and in the opposite sign, Leo. That makes him incredibly balanced. He has both signs under command. This is probably the most exciting part of his chart, though. This, a grand or double trine, I should say. It's not a grand trine, leading from the moon down in Gemini up to Saturn-Jupiter conjunction and Mars over in the house of relationships to a Saturn-Jupiter conjunction. Let's zoom in on Saturn and Jupiter. President Obama has Jupiter in Aquarius in the 12th house. Now, any planet in the 12th house tells us it's a past life residue, but Jupiter, in my opinion, is unclaimed fortune from a past life, and it is all pointed towards Aquarius, which means anytime President Obama moves us towards age of Aquarius thinking, he will get paid. He will have the resources absolutely necessary to do the job. Saturn in Capricorn tells us that he has also the karma of taking control of the way we control things. And really, with the collapse of the U.S. economy, there's no better time now than to change the way we control things. So there is something destined and something fated here about President Obama, which is why on 80808, when I did the Astro Extra, I predicted him as president. It looks like it is fated. One other thing, let's take a look at the planets right now. Here are the placements of the planets, and there's a couple of great exciting things about this. On the one hand, Saturn over in Virgo has already crossed his Pluto, has already crossed most of his planets and karma there, which means for President Obama, the hard part, the karma is over. It was running for a president that was so hard. I would not be too surprised if he has a little bit of conflict with someone in his cabinet or someone on his team later in May, but he will overcome that. Now, Pluto right now in Capricorn is just entering his house of society, so for the next 16 years, he begins to make a Pluto-destined mark on society. But the most exciting is Jupiter. Check this out. Jupiter is at his Jupiter return. President Obama was born with Jupiter in Aquarius, and on the day of his inauguration, Jupiter has returned to the place it was at the moment of his birth, plus or minus 2 degrees, which to me is not a coincidence. It is what I think of as fate. Not to mention the sun also on that spot. So I'm predicting good times for our president, and we'll be doing these little specials time and now and then as things roll out. All right, that's all I have for today's Astro Weather President Obama edition. Be sure to click on your own horoscope for the details of how inauguration will go for you. And we're out there under happy-go-lucky moon in Sagittarius. I'm still in the studio covering your Astro.